Hey, so this is Suzy Cube. I'm playing this on Steam, or off of Steam, but it's also available on, I believe, Android, maybe iPhone, I don't know. But I'm playing it on Steam because I can use like a real controller and stuff. So, let's go ahead and get into this. So, as you can see here, let's go ahead and just do the first level. So, first of all, the closest thing I can compare this to is Super Mario 3D World, or 3D Land. I haven't played 3D Land exactly, but I have played a lot of 3D World. So, basically, you've got a single jump you can use. There are these square coin looking objects. There actually is a story. I skipped the opening cinematic, if you could say. Basically, your kingdom's fortune just got stolen, and you are going to go out to get it back. So there's lots of cool little pathways. You can find secret areas to get more coins and stuff. There's these enemies. If you touch them, you take damage, but you can jump on them to knock them out. These green blocks are an extra life. You can see my life total on the left is 27 currently. If you get 100 coins, of course, you get an extra life. Another thing similar to 3D World is that when you start moving, you move at a certain pace, but then after a second you start sprinting at a faster pace. Of course, as a control stick, you can control your speed. You can go a little faster or slower, depending on how far you push the stick. And if you see that little puff of that blue spark behind me that comes out, and now I'm leaving yellow sparks, that means I'm going at the faster pace because I was running for like 3 seconds or something. These, also similar to 3D World, are little mini challenges. I gotta get to the top and grab that extra star before the timer runs out, because then I get worked out. And yes, at the top right, there is a timer that shows how much time I have. The hat is a extra hit power-up, so all it does is allow me to take an extra hit. There are different hats in this game, at least 2 other hats. So not a whole lot of variety, but there are different hats with different abilities. Basically, one of them will give you a double jump with a float, and then the other one will give you a ground pound ability. So when you hit the end checkpoint marker here, you do a little dance, and yeah, stage is cleared. You get extra coins based on the time remaining, which of course gives you an extra life. So let's go ahead and jump to the next world. If you look at these, you may notice that the environments are not dictated by the world. So we've got like a grassy world, a wooded world, desert, snow, and then the mountain. Well, this is the boss. So the boss levels in this are interesting in that you play a level before you fight the boss. Actually, let me go ahead and exit this. I want to show you the second world boss. So let's go ahead and jump ahead here. This is the boss, right? Yeah. Actually, let me go ahead. Yeah. Let's do this. Hopefully I should get a hat here. That's the only reason I want to jump into another world. So yeah, there's the spring paths that do that. Let you jump. You know what? So when you die, it says, oh no, and you lose a life there. Let's go ahead. I know I'm being a little finicky here. Let's go ahead and go to a different stage. We'll go ahead and do the first boss. Just get it out of the way. And then I'll show off different hats. The thing I want to show off. So what the thing about this level is that it is a rising water level. So basically the water level is rising, and if it gets to me, I die. Not sure why water kills me, but it's a thing. And then there's a little power up. So if you already have a hat and you get another hat, or if you already have the exact same power up, I should say, and you grab the same one again, it will just give you extra coins, which is cool. This is a random item block. So depending on what was going on when I hit it, it would have been given me something random. Here's the extra star. That water level is getting dangerously high. Come on, push blocks. The nice thing about the camera is that it rotates for me. I'm just holding right, and I don't get thrown off the side of the ledge there, even though I'm just holding right. The camera zooms around the corner for me, which is very nice, and I just died. There are several checkpoints in any particular level, actually. So the game's pretty good about checkpoints. You usually don't have to redo a whole long stretch of a level. If I am sprinting, you'll notice that my jump is longer. So that little flip I do in the air, that one right there, that only happens if I'm sprinting. Otherwise, you see there's no flip. So that's actually a jump extension, which is pretty cool. So here is a critique of the game that I have. I do like this game. I'm going to talk more good stuff in a second, but a critique I have is that each world's boss is the same guy. It's this dragon guy. Now, he has some different attacks based on the world that you're in, but he's basically going to have some... It's still the same guy. He's different colors. So, like, this one's just a generic C boss, but there's like one in the volcano, and there's one in the clouds, and I think there's an ice one, but they're basically the same guy. He does, of course, have different attacks, and the environment does change the battle a bit, but it's kind of disappointing just to see the same guy every time. Even if the boss plays differently, it's still mostly the same. You're still dodging his breath attack and the water tidal wave move that he has, and then you jump on his head to hurt him. Something I think is cool about this game is the soundtrack, actually. It sounds... I just killed myself. So yeah, you hit the guy 3 times and he dies, and you get a reward. I'm not going to bore you with playing through the whole thing again. Let's go ahead and show off those hats. Maybe in here? So here we go. Got these rotating blocks we're jumping across, you know, typical 3D platforming stuff. Checkpoint already, that's pretty early. But yeah, so even though I think the bosses are kind of lame to be repeated, I still think this is a pretty fun game. It's, I think you pick it up for cheap. But my point is that, well, I just like platformers in general, and this one works out pretty good. I don't think I'm going to get the helicopter hat I'm looking for. Oopsie daisy. So yeah, can see the length of, well, I guess you already saw the length of a typical level, actually. Again, this is early in the game, so I don't want you to think it's too easy. It does get harder as the game goes on. And of course, there's these, you know, extra lives and cool those hidden stars to get, which I'm not really showing off. There's one way over there on the left. And if you grab them, you know, after you've already gotten, you just get extra coins, which is good. These are kind of like, you collect all of these blue coins in the time limit, and it makes another star appear, which I already got, of course. And that's that level. Let me quickly find a stage here that'll show off those hats. Oh yeah, so after you beat the boss, it gives you this little picture board thing to look at, which is just a bunch of little cute pictures, basically, themed on the boss of the area. And then there's these extra levels, which, if I remember correctly, they might have been unlocked by getting stars. I don't remember exactly, unfortunately. Wow. So I'm missing the propeller hat somewhere, but this one for sure will show off the ground pound hat. Here we go. It's like a football helmet. And basically you press jump again in the air and you do a ground pound, and that's good for hitting switches, or necessary for hitting switches. And then it's also good for like doing these springboards. It's getting extra oomph. And then of course you can also take out enemies with it. So these enemies, these rock enemies in particular, I can't defeat unless I do the ground pound on them. So that's cool. And if you get, there is the ranking to the helmets or hats. The blue hat is just a basic hat. It only gives you an extra hit, doesn't give you an extra ability. So if you already have a better hat equipped, it won't take away your ability hat. Can't believe I don't. Maybe let's actually show it in the third level here. Yeah, here we go. This is the it's like a airplane pilot's hat, and what it does is it gives you a double jump and a hover, so you can double jump and then you hold the button down and you get to float through the air a bit. So that's cool. I like that there are these different abilities. I mean, there's only a couple of different abilities, but that's fine. You don't need a ton of abilities in the game. Just something to change up the gameplay a bit. So yeah, the game obviously has this aesthetic theming of blockiness, or cubes I should say. Here's a little optional area here. There's a star, or was a star. So yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, another little bit of a problem with the game. Not a huge deal, but some of the achievements are bugged. So I've gotten everything on this game. I've gotten every single star. But I have not gotten the achievement for getting every single star. It might be the only bugged achievement. I don't know. There's another one for getting 101 lives, or just 100 lives, something like that. And I haven't bothered to try to get it because I know I'm not going to be able to get them all, so I haven't bothered to farm lives in this game. The level design is all pretty good. As you can see here from what I've shown so far, there's a lot of difference different varying types of levels. You know, this one's very vertical as I'm going down the level. The very first level was mostly flat, side-scrolling kind of stuff. And there's plenty of secret areas to get stars and things like that. You cannot control the camera, but that's intentional. I mean, if you could, then some of the stars would be way too easy to find. You know, some of them do rely on camera tricks to hide them from you. But as far as the camera hurting you in any way, I did not really run into any problems that I can remember of the camera being a problem. I think the camera's pretty good in directing you and showing what it is that you want to see to help you get through the level. So that's all good stuff. Again, so there's a lot of comparisons to 3D World with this game. If you like that game, I definitely think you would like this game. Just keep in mind it's not going to be as long as 3D World, because 3D World has, like, I don't know, 100 levels maybe? More? This game's got 6 worlds. Well, actually, let's just go ahead and go through it at the end there. There is a... So, like, the green block is an extra life. There is a purple block, some levels, that is a invincibility, so you can run through enemies and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna try to wrap this review up. Before we get to look at the levels, if you think this review is helpful, please give the video a like. If you think there's something that could be better about this type of review, if you didn't find it helpful for some reason, please leave in the comments below what I can do better. So yeah, so there are 5 basic worlds, and then there's a secret world with a ton of levels in it. So yeah, a basic world has like 5 levels plus a boss, or no, I guess 4 levels plus a boss and then an extra level. And then the secret world just has a bunch of harder levels in it. And yeah, as you can see here, I've got all 123 stars, but I didn't get the achievement. These are your options here. There's plenty of different language options apparently. And yeah, that is the game. I definitely like it. If you like 3D platformers, it's a pretty, it's not the hardest game in the world, but it was a fun playthrough. And again, it's a shame that that achievement is bugged and doesn't activate right now, but this game has been updated recently, so perhaps the developers will fix that in the future. And again, this is also available on phones if you enjoy playing on phones. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.